You know, local politics makes me hungry. I need a donut. Some of the big issues that came up, Milton's splash pad is on hold. The motion did come from Councilwoman Shannon Rice. However, if you go and watch the video, like I did, you'll see within a 25-minute conversation, Miss Rice spoke all of about 60 seconds. The rest of it was time devoted to discussion amongst the council and staff, where Randy Jorgensen, city manager, discusses how he does not feel comfortable signing until all questions are answered. And yes, he still has questions.
At this point in time, I'm not going to sign it. I'm going to sign it when every issue I can possibly think of has been resolved. That's where staff is at as it relates to this contract right now.
What is that issue, Randy?
That issue has to do with the volume of the receiving line that goes to the wastewater treatment plant during a rain event with the splash pad operating, and whether that line has adequate carrying capacity to move that volume of water. That's the remaining issue. It's a technical issue. It requires analysis by engineers and decisions made by regulatory authorities.
So the question City Manager Jorgensen still has is, can the wastewater treatment facility accept its normal duties and the addition of a splash pad and an extra rainy day? And it looks like the splash pad may be on hold. But if you're from Milton, there's a good chance you're going to wind up in the river anyhow. Like me, that's okay. We'll get the splash pad eventually. It is something to look forward to. TDC appointment also. Sharon Hawley decided she'd like to switch her position as the TDC appointee, as the alternate. But that brought up some discussion. Councilman Jeff Snow wanted to appoint Councilwoman Rice because Councilwoman Rice has been taking the minutes for the county's TDC for the last 2+ years, and that she has some experience in that area.
I would love for Councilwoman Rice.
I have a motion on the floor.
I have a question for Councilwoman Rice, sir. I would love for you to share your expertise when you can, but if you're working full-time, how are you supposed to go to these meetings?
I had actually asked if, because I didn't know how the appointments were going to go, before, right after the election, I had asked, or actually before the election, when I was running, I had asked if I was assigned to TDC, if I would be able to do it. I've already cleared that with my supervisor. I work night meetings, so I do get comp time often, and I can comp myself out for those meetings. And I've been taking minutes for those meetings for 2.5 years, so I'm very familiar with what's going on with the TDC.
May I comment?
Yes, ma'am.
I thought we had to change our committee of the whole meeting to 5:30 because y'all couldn't get off work.
I actually made that motion, to be honest with you.
I was right there with Casey Powell.
So
Yeah.
I'm not sure about her opinion on that, but I made that motion.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm asking this to be overridden due to we have a very qualified person sitting on this council that can properly represent the city and the city's needs in this. I have no problem with Mr. Jordan staying as the backup for that, but I think it would be in the best interest of our city and its citizens, because I think we've lost an awful lot with the TDC, and I think it's time to have a voice again. And I think with her knowledge of being on, taking minutes for 2.5 years, she understands the ins and outs of that, and so I think it's the best thing for the city, and I stand by my motion.
Where Mayor Lindsay suggested that Councilwoman Sharon Hawley and Councilman Jordan would be the appointee and the replacement based on the fact that they were retired.
Thanks for your remarks, and just for clarity, Councilman Jordan and Councilwoman Hawley were appointed to that role by me, and partly I thought it was useful because they are retired and they have plenty of opportunity to go. Councilman Jordan being on our Growth and Development Committee was a logical choice as well as an alternate.
So, Councilman Snow decided to appoint Ms. Rice, but in light of this, Councilwoman Hawley decided to just withdraw that motion altogether.
So now it's all an issue. So I would like to just withdraw. I'm going to stay as TDC rep. That's my right to do that, and I will take that back.
And keep her position and keep Councilman Jordan as the alternate. It was also brought up that within 30 days, Mr. Jorgensen will be initiating a new contract with the City of Milton, to which he would like to see a 2-year contract for a little bit of job security. I don't blame him. Where the original contract is only 1 year. A compromise was made at 18 months, and it was Mr. Jorgensen's decision to stick with city manager and to let the planning director go to someone else. I don't think he wants both of those on his plate. I wouldn't either. And Mr. Jorgensen did mention that it is daily he grows a new understanding of the relationship he has with the Milton City Council.
I mean, I continue to each day understand the nature of the relationship. If 5 people in this front of this room make a decision to terminate my employment with the City of Milton, that decision has been made. That's relatively simple for me to understand.
And considering Milton's past with city managers, I can understand why. Lastly, a letter from Mayor Lindsay to Main Street Milton requesting they attend a special meeting March 26th. Main Street Milton got that letter. Let's take a look.
All of us there as a board, the public coming up, asking all these questions, and us being expected to answer them, on the spot. And I just think that there's a better way and a better relationship and a better approach to a workshop, a public workshop, something along that line with the city council and with this board. And I think something like that would be very advantageous and, favorable.
So it looks like Main Street Milton has some different ideas about this special meeting. Okay, there were some other things in the meeting that were important, other things that should be talked about. I only have time to talk about these things. Well, we have a lot to talk about for the next meeting. There's a couple of things that you may want to keep an eye out for. Like, for example, will they discuss Main Street Milton and their last meeting? Will City Manager Jorgensen find some sense of security in his job? Hopefully he does. Will we make any progress with the splash pad? Have all the wastewater treatment plant questions been answered? Will the city attorney act as parliamentarian? Will the city council continue to have 3-hour marathon meetings? Will I ever get to finish my donuts? Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna finish the donut. We want to keep moving Milton forward, and we'll see you at the next meeting.